Hi, my name is Kevin Eikenberry, and I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you a story about John and his path towards becoming a more believable leader. John was new in his organization, and he wanted to be a leader. His title wasn't leader yet, but he wanted to be on that path. And to be on that path, he felt like to be a leader means to be followed, and he figured out through observation that to be followed, one needed to be believed. So he went back to Tony, one of his former bosses in another organization, who was extraordinarily believable. And he asked her if he could spend some time with her to learn from her the keys to being more believable. And Tony shared with John 7 keys to being more believable, and I want to share them with you right now. The first of those keys is simply to tell the truth. The foundation of believability is to be believed and is to be authentic, and it is to tell the truth. The second is to be consistent. Don't just tell the truth when it's convenient. Tell the truth all the time. Be consistent in terms of the way that you live and the way that you act, and putting those things together will make you more believable. The third of the things is truly to match your words and your actions. There's a time to be humorous and maybe even put a little sarcasm into a situation, but if over time people can't tell where you're coming from, they don't know whether to believe you or not, whether you're trying to be funny or trying to make a point, be consistent. Match your words and your actions. The fourth thing that Tony shared with John is to share more information sooner. To share more information and to share it sooner. So first of all, share more information. Don't wait to share information. Don't wait till you have all the information. Share what you know, when you know it. Help people be more aware of that. When people think you're laying your cards on the table, you're much more likely to be believed. And next then, of course, along with that is to share sooner. You don't have to know all the information. Share what you know, when you know. Let people know what's going on. Let them know that you don't know that, and you'll let them know when it's available. Share more information. Share information sooner. The other thing that you should share is your mistakes. Just let people know when you've made an error. People are more likely to believe us when they know we are human. Make a difference. Be more believable by sharing your mistakes. Be willing to admit them. Be willing to share them. And as a leader, help others and yourself learn from them. The next key is to say that you don't know. Because we don't always know. And sometimes as leaders we feel like we ought to know, and so we don't want to let people know that we don't. Well, here's the key. I had a friend in high school, in our high school yearbook, it said if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, divert them with BS. People know when we're BSing. If you don't know, tell people. You can tell them, you'll help them get the answer, but let them know that you don't know. If you want to be more believable, do that. And lastly, I'll come back, and Tony came back to the first one again. The 7th thing is to tell the truth. It's the foundation. You want to be more believable, tell the truth. So John took these 7 keys: to tell the truth, to be more consistent, to match his words and his actions, to share more information, to share it sooner, to share his mistakes, to be willing to say he didn't know, and to always remember to tell the truth. And he put all those things into action, and his productivity and his success and his happiness all grew quickly. His skills grew, his leadership abilities grew, his career grew, because he learned the keys and applied the keys to being more believable. You see, one of the most important things for us to be a more effective leader is to be authentic, to be real, and to be genuine. And when our intention is clear, and when we are being ourselves, and when we're being believable, we are on the path to being a more remarkable leader. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I hope that you take at least one of those 7 keys and apply it right now, because when you do, you not only become more believable, not only will you become more productive, but you'll be on the path to becoming a remarkable leader.